do not rely on one day for the success of something. This is something I read in a book recently, and it has been ringing in my ears consistently for the past 2 months, because I tend to do it all the time. I think a lot of us do, where we procrastinate and then we push to get something done, we manage to get it done, and then we feel this slight sense of elation and accomplishment because, oh, see, I knew I could do it. And then that gives us some false validation. Meanwhile, all we've done is avoid something that is supposedly important to us, and then given ourselves a pat on the back because we managed to work really well under pressure. But we all know that if we really want to succeed and to do unbelievably well at something, it's not going to be by the skin of our teeth. It is not going to be that last minute push the night before. And when I read these words about don't rely on one day for the success of something, I just had this flashback of hundreds of nights and days where I've pushed at the 11th hour to get something done. And yes, when we get it done, we feel great. A little bit of an I told you so moment. But we know that it's not our greatest work. And I think that and this is going to sound a little bit contradictory, I suppose, to the way a lot of people think. But as I've gotten to know myself and my personality and my behavioral template, I've learned that for myself, going for average consistently is the way that I can accumulate to unbelievable success. So I don't mean average quality necessarily, or average effort, or giving less than I've got. What I mean is, instead of going all out to the extremes, trying to meet this unbelievably high standard all the time and then failing, rather be consistently moderate, because that has the greater potential, it's actually inevitable, that it will accumulate. The accretion in that space is phenomenal. But when we do the extreme thing, these fluctuations will not amount to any sense of success. And as we said earlier, all we get from it is a false sense of validation that we are actually capable of doing something great. We are capable of doing something in a short burst that feels okay because we had a deadline. But to really do something significant and to really do something impactful and valuable and meaningful, we need to do it consistently over a period of time to allow for it to accumulate, to allow for the intelligence around it, or the value around it, or the lessons around it, or the quality around it to gradually get better. So for me, I've been leaning into moderately attacking things every single day, in the sense of it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be extreme, it doesn't have to be my absolute best all the time. But if I give my best to show up all the time, it amounts to excellence.